It may be a new year, but Mama Nature is going to be up to her old tricks. Let's talk about the active weather we're heading into across Texas in this Monday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning. It is Monday, the 1st of January, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chief Spotty and Chief David Reimer. We have fog this morning, even some freezing fog across parts of the Panhandle and West Texas. That may be dense at times, so please keep an eye out for a few slick bridges and overpasses where we do have dense freezing fog. Otherwise, some of the dense fog this morning in south central Texas, the Brazos Valley, southeast Texas, and the deep south Texas should hopefully be lifting later this morning. In terms of storm systems, well, we're going to be watching three potential impactful storm systems across Texas over the next 7 days. So give or take one every 2 to 3 days. Yeah, it's going to get a little busy here, but we'll deal with it. Let's take a look at the first system. That's going to be tomorrow into Wednesday. This will be upper level storm system number 1. We'll see rain chances increase across the eastern 2/3 of Texas early tomorrow afternoon through Wednesday morning. Like the last couple systems, it'll start out in the west, move east, and then end from west to east by Wednesday afternoon as storm system number 1 departs. Some of the rain may be moderate to heavy at times. We are not expecting severe thunderstorms. We may not even have many thunderstorms out of this. But again, it's going to rain. And we kind of still need rain. So let's start off the year on a good note with rain. Now, way things look now, this is going to be a purely liquid, non-winter weather type event for the state. Can't totally rule out a snow flurry in the Panhandle, but it looks like the primary precipitation will remain far enough southeast of a colder air mass to negate any sort of winter mischief potential in the state of Texas. Maybe a couple of snowflakes in the higher terrain of southern New Mexico tonight into tomorrow morning before all the precipitation then again moves out of East Texas Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon. Forecast rain totals with this first storm system, we're generally looking at 1/10 to perhaps 1 inch of rain across the eastern third to the eastern half of Texas. Like usual, western third of Texas, you're not going to see much out of this. Best chance for 1 inch plus rain totals will be roughly across the eastern quarter of Texas from Shreveport, Louisiana, all the way towards Bryan College Station, down towards the Houston Metro and points east, with 1/2 inch rainfall potential from Texarkana down I-30 the DFW Metroplex, south along Interstate 35 through the Hill Country, central Texas, south central Texas, southeast along I-37 down towards Corpus Christi and the coastal plains. Dog, what are you eating on the couch? What are you eating? Boy, you better not be eating something you're not supposed to be eating. That's what happens when your dog's sitting. And that's system number 1. All right, our second storm system may be a little more dynamic and more impactful across the state. We'll have to see, but this looks like a Thursday evening through Saturday afternoon event for system number 2. Plenty of rain chances across the eastern half to the eastern 2/3 of Texas on Friday into Friday night. With this intensifying area of low pressure, it's actually going to get strong enough. We may have some gusty winds at times in association with it. The track of this low is going to be crucial in determining just where we have the heaviest rain chances, but also determine if we have any sort of winter mischief potential. This thing's going to have a gnarly winter storm on the north side of it, so if this thing ends up trying to track a little further south, it may be able to pull in some cooler air and increase the potential for some snow across the Panhandle, maybe West Texas, Northwest Texas, up into Oklahoma. A northward solution would keep most of that snow in Kansas and then extending east into portions of Missouri as we get into Saturday. So that'll be something we have to keep an eye on, but as it looks now, pretty high precipitation chances second half of Friday, maybe second half of Thursday through Friday into Saturday across the eastern 2/3 of Texas, leaving us dry probably on Sunday with another potential impactful storm system coming in on Monday and Tuesday of next week, and that also may have some winter weather element to it across the Panhandle into Oklahoma. And again, winter weather forecasting in Texas, this is not as easy as it is up north where, we can talk about these things days in advance. No, down here we end up having to deal with more mediocre temperatures, things that are right on the line between snow, rain, etc. And a lot goes into that. And most of that, honestly, are factors we can't even determine easily outside of 24 to 48 hours. It's literally that fine of a scale or a resolution we're talking about here that even our most powerful weather models aren't yet capable of getting it down correctly in that time frame. So, yeah, that's why it's a little more difficult, just a little, to forecast winter weather down here in the southern United States. But again, System 1 tomorrow, Wednesday, System 2 Thursday afternoon through Saturday morning, System 3 Monday and Tuesday of next week, with System 2 and 3 being the begins. With this first system, it's going to rain, but, compared to the other two, it's not going to be as gnarly. No severe weather potential, it looks like, with the Thursday, Friday, Saturday system. Depending on next week's how that sets up, we may have a little more of a dynamic atmosphere in place in terms of the warm sector southeast of that surface low, so we'll keep an eye on it. But in terms of temperatures, it's going to be cool across the northern two-thirds of Texas today, with highs in the 40s, 50s, low 60s. Southern third of Texas, 60s and 70s to start off 2024. Tomorrow, we're going to have chilly air across the western half of Texas, excluding Big Bend. Still 56 in El Paso, that's not too bad, but 40s and low 50s across the western half of Texas, up through Texoma, the Arklatex, with 50s into southeast Texas, the Piney Woods of East Texas, the Golden Triangle, 60s to middle 70s, right along the immediate Gulf Coast, down into the Rio Grande Valley and Coastal Bend. Wednesday, cooler air spreads back east, northern three-fourths of Texas, highs in the 40s and 50s, 60s, southern quarter of Texas from the Edwards Plateau, Coastal Bend, down to deep south Texas. Thursday, cooler air back in the Panhandle, West Texas, 50s, northern half to northern two-thirds of Texas, 60s, Trans-Pecos down to Big Bend, lower terrain there near Fort Stockton, down into deep south Texas, the Edwards Plateau, Coastal Bend, Rio Grande Valley. And then on Friday, a bit of a warm-up across the Rio Grande Valley, deep south Texas, but this will also greatly depend on the track of that second storm system. If it tracks further south, we're going to have cooler temperatures affecting farther south. Likewise, system moves further north, we'll have more southerly winds help dragging some warmer air north, but regardless, a temperature roller coaster of sorts as we continue through the week, and starting off 2024 on an active note. So, with that being said, as always, we'll keep you advised here with the Texas Weather Center and Texas Storm Chasers. You can follow along, get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, storm chasing videos, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. And as always, visit us at texasstormchasers.com. Y'all have a great Monday. Have a good start to the new year. We'll chat with y'all tomorrow. God bless.